The Nigerian national basketball team is one of the best in the African Confederation, often competing with teams like Angola, Senegal, and Tunisia for bragging rights, finishing 8 of 18 appearances in the AfroBasket in the top 3. They have also appeared in the FIBA World Cup 3 times and 2 Olympic appearances. By far, Nigeria is ahead of their basketball rivals Angola, ranked 22nd overall in the December 2020 FIBA World Rankings, 10 spots ahead of Angola. The accolades they get are both results from a great basketball program in the country compared to other African nations, as well as the talent they harnessed over the years. In fact, they have 6 NBA players in their national team squad, most of them aged 24 and lower as of 2020. However, what if I tell you they could have more? The Hagop Rule, named after FIBA Asia Secretary General Hagop Kajirian, states that all members of the national team should wear a passport before 16 if they are not born and raised in the country they represent. This is more complicated to explain, but you get the point. If you're not a citizen or a passport-bearing individual, sorry about that. This has halted significant progress in various national basketball teams, which fielded mostly foreign-born individuals. And you can say good riddance to national teams who caused this world to exist. Qatar. Anyway, there are a handful of NBA players of Nigerian descent whom the national team wished to don the Nigerian colors. Of all of them, perhaps none will be compared to Hakeem Olajuwon, who played in the 1996 Olympic Games as a member of the Dream Team 2 in Atlanta as their naturalized player, despite being born from 2 Nigerian parents in Lagos. Let's just say FIBA relaxed the rules dramatically to much like FIFA's eligibility rules. They will have a better team, and by that I mean a lot better. This will be our topic for today. Join me in the Drew Corner, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this one. Without further ado, this is the Alternate Universe Nigeria National Basketball Team starting 5. Point guard. This one is a little tricky to say the least. They don't have that much going on in the point guard position, since the Nigerian national team exported big men into the NBA more times than often. Former G League player Ike Iroegbu is perhaps their best starting point guard in the team, with former Toronto Raptors guard Ben Uzo now relegated to the second stringers. However, despite this problem, they have a future in this alternate universe lineup. Desmond Bain will be the probable candidate for the future of the Alter Nigeria MVP, with the TCU graduate averaging 12.7 points, 6.3 rebounds, 3.10 assists, and 1.5 steals in 114 games in the NCAA. He is also a member of the All Big 12 teams in his junior and senior seasons, and is now playing more than 20 minutes per game for the Memphis Grizzlies, after being drafted 30 overall by the Boston Celtics. Bain qualifies as his brother, Etienne Ikiko, lives in Nigeria. But we will go with someone who doesn't even came from Nigeria, but is eligible. Spencer Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie, known as a backup guard for Kyrie Irving in the Brooklyn Nets, has saw a mad 2019-20 season in which he started most games as Irving was mostly sidelined due to injury. Dinwiddie averages 20.6 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 6.8 assists, shooting 41.5% from the field. A proven scorer and playmaker, he can even switch positions with our shooting guard in the list, as he was a bit of a liability in the defensive end. The Tigers will need his explosiveness from the Nets and his playmaking ability to feed bigger men in his team. As we said, Dinwiddie doesn't even came from the country, nor have any Nigerian ancestors as far as we know. But with various media outlets and even Shams Charania tweeting on Dinwiddie getting a Nigerian passport, he will qualify for this list. Talk about their own naturalized player. Shooting guard. The shooting guard rotation is not as bleak as the point guard rotation. Normally, they would have Josh Okogie as the starting shooting guard in the team. The Minnesota Timberwolves guard forward averaged 8.6 points and 4.3 rebounds last season with 42% shooting while being an above-average defender for his position. Miami Heat's Gabe Vincent is Okogie's second-string partner. Gabe Vincent, age 24, has played 4 seasons in UC Santa Barbara, averaging 12.8 points and 3.3 assists in 113 games. But Okogie can now be used more as a 6th or 7th man, as we will now go with 2-time All-Star and Indiana Pacers starting shooting guard Victor Oladipo. Oladipo is a shooting guard but can also play point whenever the team needed. He, when healthy, can give you 20 a game with at least 3 rebounds and 3 assists. He was a one-time leader in steals, an all-defensive first-team member of 2018, and was also named Most Improved Player of the same year. He is able to defend at multiple positions while being quick and agile with both a deadly finisher and accurate outside shooting. Too bad his ruptured quad tendon in the right knee happened, but he's now back in the Pacers as one of the main guys of the team alongside Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis. Oladipo qualifies in our list as he was born in Maryland to two Nigerian immigrants, though only his mother was born in the country itself. Small forward. We have several players in the mix who will compete in the small forward position, as Nigeria seems to produce quality wingmen in recent seasons, and boy, they all play ball in their respective ends of the floor. First in the list is Cleveland's Isaac Okoro, a 6'6" Auburn product. Compared to Justice Winslow by scouts on draft day, Okoro can pretty much do everything, especially having a 6'9" wingspan for defense, although his long range needs a little bit of help. Okoro has both Nigerian parents but was born in Atlanta. Second is another rookie in Jordan Nwora. Nwora, who actually plays for the Nigerian team with his dad as the coach, has both the range and rebounding ability, can finish well in the rim, as well as an option for catch and shoot. His 30.9 points and 6.9 rebounds in 39% from 3 for Louisville speaks well. Although unlike Okoro, lacks athleticism and that much defense. Next is Andre Iguodala, which in his prime can do Okoro and Nwora can potentially do. Iguodala can basically guard all 5 positions and haunt them, while he can give you good looks from the cup to the 3. Now age 36, Iggy can take a backseat here. Iguodala has a Nigerian father, although being born in Illinois and representing USA in international competitions. Al-Farouq Aminu is another that comes into the mind in the 3 position. Aminu, like Nwora, is in the actual Nigerian national team. Although he's not as highly praised as Iguodala on his contributions to the floor, Aminu is a solid defender in his own right and gave Portland the defense they need to complement the Lillard-McCollum shooting tandem. Our pick for the bunch is Toronto Raptors starting small forward OG Anunoby. OG, who is born to Nigerian parents in London, means he is a full-blooded Nigerian with British citizenship. Ever since Kawhi left Toronto after being a champion, OG stepped up in his game, using his long 7'2" wingspan to his advantage in defensive stops, while Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Fred VanVleet get all their shots. Averaging a career high in major statistical categories, including 10.6 points and 5.3 rebounds in 50% shooting, he will fortify the defense for the alternative Nigerian team. Power forward. Let's face it, Iggy Diogu is aging, and Chimezie Metu is still young with a lot of potential. The junior NBA player is playing a lesser role as a backup to LaMarcus Aldridge in his San Antonio days, playing just 5.8 minutes a game and averaging 3.2 points and 1.8 rebounds in 18 games last season. More players can fight for the rotational spots, including Chuma Okeke of the Orlando Magic and LA-born Onyeka Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks. Precious Achiuwa, meanwhile, is finding himself around 50 minutes for the Miami Heat and is on regular rotation. Zeke Naji and Daniel Oturu can also make the case here. We will not just dish 1 or 2 names here for the forward position, but it's now time to serve you all a family name everyone is familiar with, Antetokounmpo. While Thanasis is good enough to replace either the younger guys in the small forward or even power forward, he is still mostly used as a rotational piece for his NBA and EuroLeague teams, averaging 3.0 points and 1.2 rebounds at his best. His younger brother Kostas, though more agile and raw than his older brother, hasn't proved himself much in the big league. Alex meanwhile has a ton of basketball to play at the age of 19 and is playing at the reserve squad of Puka Murcia. With this, we will now go to the core of the team, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis at 26 has established himself as a generational talent, capping it off with 4 All-Star appearances and 2 MVP seasons, along with 1 Defensive Player of the Year nod. As far as his career goes, he's still steadily improving his game, and raising his name here should be no surprise to everyone. Giannis and his brothers, although Greek nationals, are born from immigrants from Nigeria and has both Greek and Nigerian names to use. Center. Ekpe Udoh, who played for 4 NBA teams in his 8 seasons in the league, and the starting center for the Nigerian national team, is already 33 and spent his last season in China. Meanwhile, Michael Eric is in EuroLeague, and Utah's Udoka Azubuike is still raw and has a lot of basketball to play at just 19 years old. However, we still have 3 legit centers who can prove themselves an integral part of our alternative universe team. First is Jalil Okafor, who represents US at youth levels and plays a lesser role as backup to both Mason Plumlee and Isaiah Stewart in Detroit for the meantime, averaging 8.1 points and 4.2 rebounds for the Pelicans the season prior. DeAndre Ayton is a candidate for the 6th man of the team who represented the Bahamas in international competitions. Ayton, who has a Nigerian biological father, played a big role as a starting center for the Phoenix Suns, averaging 18.2 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks a game, playing a pivotal role along with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. But our pick here is Bam Adebayo, who has Nigerian ancestry through his father and represents the US in international competitions. Although undersized for his position, he has enough speed, athleticism, and ball handling to challenge both opposing centers and power forwards. He can act even as a playmaker, who earned him comparisons to Shawn Kemp and Kevin Garnett, averaging 15.9 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 5.1 assists last season for the Miami Heat, and being named as an all-defensive team member. Bam will surely be a shoe-in for the list. And there you have it, our alternate universe Nigerian national basketball team starting 5, Spencer Dinwiddie, Victor Oladipo, OG Anunoby, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Bam Adebayo. The rest of our potential 15-man rotation can be as follows: DeAndre Ayton, Andre Iguodala, Jalil Okafor, Onyeka Okongwu, Isaac Okoro, Al-Farouq Aminu, Joshua Okogie, Precious Achiuwa, Chimezi Metu, and Desmond Bane. What do you think of this lineup? And how many wins will they convert if they play together in the league or in the national team? Tell your answers in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for more of this content and like this video as well. This is Drew Corner, and this is a wrap.